Have you ever felt like you're constantly giving your all for everyone around you, but when you need to be filled up, all you find is silence? It's a familiar feeling, isn't it? In today's video, we will explore an ancient principle from Stoicism about finding inner strength by learning to say no, prioritizing ourselves, and learning how to be there for others without losing ourselves. This is a lesson about not burning yourself to keep others warm, a profound part of Stoic wisdom. After this video, you'll gain valuable lessons on maintaining your principles while expanding your empathy and support for others. I challenge you to watch from start to finish to discover how these principles can change the way you communicate and interact with the world around you. These lessons will not only help you build a solid foundation for personal growth, but also equip you with tools to understand and adapt more flexibly in all your relationships. Join us to see how Stoic principles can improve your life and broaden your perspective on the world and yourself. Hit like if you find value in this video. And don't forget to subscribe to continue our journey of self-discovery and enhancing our lives together. Each like and subscription is a great motivation for us to create more quality content. Together, let's make every day a new step forward in our personal journey with Stoic philosophy. Let's get started without further delay. Number 1. The value of balanced kindness. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, the ancient principle of Stoicism offers us deep insights into approaching kindness, generosity, and self-care healthily. If you ever feel like you're sacrificing too much or want to understand how Stoicism helps balance life, don't go away. This article is for you. I just hope you won't skip this video. If you're here, realize that you are not like most. You are an exception, and act accordingly. Experience all the content that we share. Imagine you're the person everyone turns to, always ready to help with any request, big or small. It's great to be seen as a support, a problem solver. But here's a caveat. Little by little, you might feel like you're losing pieces of yourself until there's nothing left to give. And suddenly, when the tables turn, you find yourself alone. Why? Because you gave too much. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism, exemplified by masters like Marcus Aurelius, becomes crucial. Marcus Aurelius always emphasized self-care. He believed you can't help others if you aren't well taken care of yourself. He asserted that our well-being is the solid foundation for helping others. If that's missing, everything else crumbles. Consider the metaphor of two neighbors with their gardens to illustrate this point. One takes care of their own garden first, ensuring it grows well and healthy. Thus, they can share with others from their abundance. The other is too busy tending to everyone else's gardens, neglecting their own, leading to a scene of decay and withering. What's the lesson here? Caring for your own garden before helping others is essential. Stoicism doesn't forbid us from helping others, but it emphasizes balance and sustainability in all actions. It urges us to consider whether our help is sustainable and if we are taking care of our own health. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that we have the right to choose and the ability to say no when necessary, to ensure that our kindness does not harm our own health and happiness. Great thinkers like Plato and Carl Jung also shared similar views on self-awareness and ensuring that we do not over-sacrifice. Self-awareness helps us recognize our limits and understand that true help can only occur when we are strong, not when we are depleted. These pieces of advice encourage us to look inward, stay aware of ourselves, and avoid depleting our energy on external demands that affect our inner stability. As Seneca and other Stoics have pointed out, pure action, doing the right thing for its own sake, not for rewards or recognition, is key to maintaining a balanced and happy life. Number 2. The art of giving without expectation. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, shared profound thoughts on generosity. He asserted that true generosity seeks no recognition or praise. It comes naturally as the right action to take. Seneca once said, "Give as we would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation. For there's no grace in a benefit that sticks to the fingers." Imagine giving just to see a smile on someone else's face, without any personal motives or meticulous calculations. This is the essence of Stoic generosity. Giving from a place of spiritual richness, not necessarily material wealth. When we give expecting something in return, we are not truly giving, but rather trading. Frankly, life is too rich and complex to be reduced to a simple transaction. This philosophy aligns with Aristotle's thoughts on virtue. He believed that true virtue lies in finding joy in virtuous actions themselves, not in the external rewards they bring. This view perfectly complements the Stoic perspective on generosity, finding joy in giving, in knowing that you have made a change, however small, in someone else's life. Plato emphasized the importance of acting according to our highest ideals, regardless of the consequences. This approach to generosity is about giving because it aligns with the person we aspire to be, not because we expect anything in return. It helps us stay true to ourselves, embodying the qualities we value the most. Carl Jung discussed the shadow and persona, parts of ourselves that we display outwardly and hide inwardly. His work encourages us to integrate all aspects of ourselves, including acknowledging the joy we find in giving without expectation. This is a profound act of self-integration and authenticity. Epictetus reminded us that we control our intentions and actions, but not their outcomes. Therefore, when we give, we do so from a position of control, choosing to be generous, choosing to offer kindness without pondering what might come back. This makes us stronger. It shifts our focus from what the world owes us to what we can contribute to the world. Giving without expecting anything in return is not just a noble act, it is a liberating one. It frees us from the disappointment of unmet expectations and the bitterness of feeling exploited. It nurtures our spirit of generosity, enriching both our lives and those around us. It does not deplete us. It fills us with deep, lasting joy for making a positive difference, however small. In today's ever-connected world, it seems everyone wants a piece of us, our time, energy, attention. This can be overwhelming. Stoicism, with its focus on personal virtue and inner peace, teaches us the importance of saying no. But this doesn't mean we abandon those in need. It's about protecting our well-being so we can genuinely serve others. Consider the story of a mother who did everything out of love and care for her daughter. While it might seem like the greatest parental love, it led to unintended consequences. Number 3. The necessity of setting boundaries. The story of a daughter who never learned to stand on her own until she lost her mother, though simple, conveys a profound message. It underscores a truth from the Stoics. Too much help can diminish an individual's ability to be self-sufficient. Setting boundaries is not about being cold or unfeeling. Rather, it's how we encourage our loved ones to develop their own capabilities and resilience. Marcus Aurelius often spoke profoundly about the value of self-discipline and the wisdom of understanding what we can control. By applying his advice to setting boundaries, we realize that while we can offer support, we cannot live someone else's life for them. This involves finding a delicate balance between supporting others and making them dependent on that support, ensuring that our help is truly beneficial and not a crutch that hinders personal growth. Seneca emphasized the value of self-sufficiency and warned about the dangers of dependency. By establishing clear boundaries, we not only teach others how to rely on their own strength, but also pursue true happiness, a joy that is not dependent on external circumstances or the actions of others. Aristotle's philosophy of the golden mean, the virtuous balance between two extremes, is also applicable in setting these limits. This is the essence of practical wisdom, or phronesis, guiding us in making decisions that are beneficial for both ourselves and others. Plato's emphasis on a well-ordered soul, where the parts of the self are in harmony, is evident in setting boundaries. We create internal order, ensuring balance between our rational, spirited, and desiring aspects. This harmony allows us to interact with the world in a more balanced and effective way. From a depth psychology perspective, Carl Jung might argue that setting boundaries is an essential step in individuation, or the process of becoming oneself. By being clear about personal boundaries, we not only protect our mental energy, but also encourage others on their journey of self-discovery. Many of us learn this lesson through hardship, the peril of being seen as always available, always willing to help others. This can lead to being taken for granted and exploited. But it is here that transformation occurs, a shift that Stoicism and its modern interpretations can guide us through perfectly. When we start setting boundaries, assertively saying no when circumstances require, we initiate a profound change. This is not merely about refusing requests or denying assistance. It is about expressing deep respect for our own time and energy. Marcus Aurelius might have viewed this as an act of self-respect when he said, "It is not the actions of others that disturb us, but our judgments about those actions." In this context, the decision to set boundaries is a transformative act, not only protecting our health and happiness, but also fostering genuine independence and growth in others. Number 4, the danger of being seen as too available. A clear understanding of the importance of personal peace and benefits is a decision each of us must make for ourselves. Seneca's philosophy aligns well with this view as he spoke about setting boundaries. He taught that true freedom comes from mastering oneself. When we choose when and how to say no, we are exercising this freedom, affirming that our time and energy are ours to manage, not to be at the beck and call of others. Epictetus reminds us that although we cannot control how others perceive our actions, we do have control over those actions themselves. Setting boundaries is the process of focusing on what is within our control, our actions and reactions. Plato might see this action through the lens of his theory of forms, where the ideal form of assistance does not equate to unlimited availability. Instead, it involves sustainable support that respects the integrity and well-being of the helper. From a depth psychology perspective, Carl Jung might argue that setting boundaries is essential for the process of individuation, the process of becoming fully oneself. By defining our limits clearly, we also define ourselves in relation to others, which is crucial for mental health and personal development. Therefore, when we start setting boundaries, we not only affirm our value but also tell the world, "I value my time and energy, and you should too." This action does not diminish our usefulness or care. Rather, it allows us to provide help when truly needed, without resentment or burnout clouding our intentions. It's about being respected, not just needed. This change not only liberates us, but also teaches others to respect our time and energy. This is a lesson in mutual respect, creating a two-way street where our limits teach others how to interact with us respectfully. Remember, setting boundaries is not a sign of weakness or selfishness. It is a powerful statement of self-respect and an essential step toward balanced and healthy relationships. By valuing our time and energy, we also teach others to value them. This shift not only enhances our self-worth, but also deepens the respect we receive from those around us. Carry this philosophy forward, embracing the power from recognizing and affirming your own value. After traversing the rich landscapes of Stoicism and exploring the fine details of kindness, boundaries, and self-care, we achieve a profound understanding that changes not only our actions, but our approach to life. Stoicism, with its ancient roots and timeless philosophy, is not a call to withdraw from the world or to harden our hearts against the needs of others. It is an invitation to engage with the world more deeply and wisely, with a clear understanding of our own boundaries and a steadfast commitment to inner peace. This philosophy teaches us a valuable balance in today's fast-paced and demanding world, showing that true generosity is not about giving until we are depleted, but about giving in a way that enriches both the giver and the receiver, based on a deep understanding of our own needs and a sincere desire to meet the needs of others. The story of Thomas, a German journalist living in Tokyo, provides a deep insight into setting boundaries in a demanding and dynamic work environment. Thomas was always the first to arrive and the last to leave the office, ready to take on any assigned project. But this relentless enthusiasm led to severe job dissatisfaction and burnout. Realizing the importance of balancing work and life, Thomas began to make changes. He declined some projects that were not truly necessary and started to spend time on personal hobbies like hiking and photography. He also set a work curfew, not working past 6 p.m., to protect his personal space and time for himself. Initially, these changes met with resistance from colleagues, but over time, they began to see that Thomas was more efficient at work. He not only completed tasks faster, but with higher quality. Simultaneously, he became a happier and more balanced individual, which significantly improved his relationships with colleagues and superiors. Thomas's story shows that setting boundaries not only helps protect mental and physical health, but also enhances work performance. From a Stoic perspective, the lesson from Thomas's story underscores the necessity of self-mastery and time management. By controlling personal space and work hours, we not only empower ourselves, but also inspire others to learn how to live respectfully and balanced. Thomas demonstrated that true freedom comes from knowing when to say no wisely and timely, a precious lesson in our fast-paced and demanding world today. Living the Stoic lifestyle is the art of balancing care for others with self-care. We recognize that to truly accompany others, we must first ensure that we are fulfilled and brimming with energy. Stoic sages like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus have shown that inner peace is not a natural state, but the result of deliberate and proactive choices in how we interact and set boundaries with the world around us. Stoicism helps us find joy in giving, independent of the outcomes or acceptance by others. It teaches us to feel fulfilled, knowing that every action adheres to personal principles and reflects loyalty to the values we hold dear, while respecting our own limits. The beauty of living the Stoic way is in creating a ripple effect from this lifestyle. Our life, grounded in wisdom and self-respect, becomes a model for those around us. We demonstrate that it is possible to love without losing ourselves, to be generous without sacrificing everything. We encourage everyone to find their own balance, to protect their inner peace while still opening their hearts to the world. The greatest lesson Stoicism offers is the call to live courageously and compassionately, always aware of both our needs and those of others. We are encouraged to set boundaries that allow us to be genuinely present and sincere in every act and every kind gesture. Stoicism is not about withdrawing from life, but about choosing how we face and deeply interact with it, understanding what truly good living means. As we conclude this journey, remember that the Stoic path does not lead us to solitude, but to active and profound participation in life. We nurture a place of peace within ourselves, from which our kindness and generosity can shine without being overshadowed by the external world. This philosophy, ancient yet vitally relevant, invites us to live fully, balancing giving and preserving, caring for others while respecting our personal needs. And now, as we reflect on these lessons, I invite you to continue exploring and experiencing. On your screen, you'll find suggested videos to deepen your understanding of the beautiful art of living, seeking harmony between life's demands and the whispers of the soul. Let's progress together, inspire and be inspired, overcoming life's complex challenges with wisdom, courage, and an unbounded heart. If you find today's lessons valuable, don't hesitate to hit like and share this video with your friends and family. This act not only helps spread knowledge and inspiration to more people, but also encourages us to continue producing more valuable content. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't miss any videos, as each one is prepared with profound lessons and reflections to stimulate both soul and intellect. Leave a comment below with the phrase, "I can do this," if you feel ready to apply these lessons in your life. Sharing your commitment not only solidifies your own resolve, but also becomes an inspiration for our community. Together, we learn and push each other forward, overcoming any challenge with the Stoic spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey and continue to help us build a strong and meaningful community.